Welcome back to our coverage of Game 1 of this best-of-3 finals. Dito po sa ABS-CBN Channel 2 and, of course, on Balls HD Channel 167. Eric Depan with DJ Manotoc. Now let's talk about the keys to winning para sa FEU. They've been looking for their first championship since 2005.
Well, you know, consistency is the name of the game for FEU, Eric. Last year, FEU came so close, but they collapsed in the latter part of the season. So these three categories we're looking at for FEU, these are the things they need to be consistent with in this series if they want to bring it all home. First of all, they've got a great triple threat from the outside. They have been shooting well from beyond the arc the whole season and have stepped it up even against Ateneo. Their scorers are the best scorers in the league. They're averaging in the top in terms of scorers, starter scoring. And of course, ball control, something that FEU has amazed a lot of people with in terms of limiting the number of turnovers. Now let's get specific. Triple threat, look at the numbers. They're second B in the league from beyond the arc, 33.7%. But against Ateneo, they have found a way to step it up, shooting 44% from beyond the arc. I think this also is because of Ateneo giving a lot of importance to defending the big men of FEU, to defending the driving opportunities of FEU. So FEU has found a way to drive and kick out and get those open shots for their guards. Secondly, starter scoring. You cannot, it's going to be tough to match up with the starting five of FEU. I mean, with the way these guys can score, other starting fives, they're very talented, they're very effective, but you see some components, maybe one or two guys as a defensive specialist. But in FEU, every single guy who starts can score that basketball, and they have been. That's why they're #1 in starter scoring, and they've been consistent with that in their 2 games against Ateneo. Ball control, guys like Jens Nutel, R.R. Garcia, and even the rookie Terrence Romeo continue to amaze everybody with the way they've been able to control the tempo of the game, the way Coach Glenn wants it, to limit their turnovers to only 13.9 a ball game. Although, against Ateneo, tumataas ng konti. They're averaging 17 turnovers a ball game against the Blue Eagles. But regardless, that's still a great statistic. R.R. Garcia himself, he only averaged about 2 turnovers a ball game with the amount of time that he has that ball. So those are 3 very critical things for FEU. If they're consistent with that and do it very well, they have a great shot of winning.
So basing it on what you're saying, TJ, FEU seems to shoot better pag kalaban Ateneo, but at the same time, they throw the ball away a lot more.
A little bit more, yep.
All right, let's take a look at Ateneo's keys to winning against FEU. They're shooting for a back-to-back-to-back championship this season.
Ateneo, as always, Coach Norman Black has been saying this, and he has been proving it with his boys on the court. Defense wins ball games for them. Secondly, he's always wanted to be the best running team in the league, and they still are. They love to run, and they love to finish quick on the break. And the strong finish is critical for them. They have not proven this very well this year, and this is something that we'll get into in detail. First of all, of course, their defense, they're #1 in the league, Eric, only allowing 62.4 points a ball game in their wins, but in their losses, though, 69 points per ball game, and against FEU, they have averaged giving them up 73 points per ball game, so quite far from their average, about 11 points or 9.6 points per, in that spread. And this is something that I'm sure Coach Norman Black wants to address. An ideal target would be probably holding them below 70 points in a ball game in this series. Running the break, you know these guys can run. And one thing that helps fuel the runs, Eric, is aside from getting steals and forcing their opponent to turnovers, is the defensive rebounds and quickly looking ahead. If you remember the last 2 years of the championship years with Rapa Aluceni and Nonoy Baclao, when they get that rebound, they would look straight ahead and throw that ball straight up and try to get the quickest fast break that they can. They're very aggressive in that aspect, and they have been continuing to do that. Now, the problem for Ateneo, one thing that they have to really prove to everybody, to the whole UAP, they can finish strong in close games against big teams. They are only 3-4 in close games that have been decided by 4 points or less. And I'll even argue the statistic that it's probably even 2-5. Why? Because they won 1 game with a close margin on the free throw line, with Montfort winning against Adamson with 6 straight free throws. So only 2 of those ball games that they had great execution on the floor, and someone came up big and made big baskets.
I know you're excited. The crowd here inside the Big Dome is excited. We have the tip-off of Game 1 coming up next.